Greetings, dear learners. I am Faculty of Social Science at SRN International School, Jagatpura, Jaipur. Today, in this video, we are going to learn about the topic of agents of erosion from Grade 8 Social Studies book. Meanders and ox, that is the bow lakes. When the amount of load in the flow increases considerably, the river fails to transport all the material. Small elevated portion or obstacles that cause a change in the direction of the flow. Under such circumstances, the bank of the river towards which the flow is directed gets eroded and the opposite bank, that is the inner bank, experience deposition. Thus, wherever the river changes its direction, erosion takes place along the outer bank and deposition takes place along the inner bank. If this condition occurs again and again, the river develops a zigzag path. Such a zigzag path is called a meandering path or course, and each lobe along the path is called a meander. When the turn in the course became acute, the limbs of a turn come very close. During flood, as the force of water increase, the river skips the meandering path and follows a straight path. The abundant portion of the loop develops into a lake that is called an ox-blow lake. In the North Indian plains, the river Ganga and its tributaries have developed numerous such lakes. In the state of Assam also, many lakes have been formed by river Brahmaputra. Flood leaves and flood plains. Along the bank of rivers, deposition leads to the formation of flood plains and flood levees. During the floods, finer materials are moved away from the banks, whereas the coarser material gets settled at the bank itself. On the either side of the rivers, plains are formed due to the deposition of materials. Such plains are called flood plains. The elevation along the bank increased due to the deposition of the coarser material. This gives rise to hillock-like forms parallel to river banks. These are called flood levees. Such flood plains and levees can be seen in the flood-prone areas of the river Ganga delta. When the river flows into the sea waves offer resistance to the flow of river water. As a result, the load brought by river gets deposited at the mouth of the river. This leads to the formation of obstacles in the flow, and as a result, the water gets bifurcated into a number of channels. These channels are called distributaries. The deposition leads to the formation of the plain in the shape of a triangle. It is called a delta region. Extensive deltas have been formed along the mouths of the rivers Ganga, Godavari and Kaveri. The glacier. In the high latitude areas and the areas of high elevation, precipitation is in the form of a snowfall. Over a period of time, the accumulated snow turns into ice. As a result of the pressure, the accumulated ice starts moving in the direction of the slope. Such a flow of ice moving in the direction of the slope is called a glacier. As the ice moving in the glacier is in the solid states, its velocity is very low. The thickness of the accumulated ice, the temperature and the slope of the land are the factors that determine the velocity of a glacier. Glaciers also perform the work of erosion, transportation and deposition. Erosion. Wind carries sand, pebbles, etc. As they strike and rocks, they are elevated and basal parts of the rocks get eroded. At times, the sand particles are lifted due to the forceful wind and are carried over long distance. Due to these processes, the following landforms are formed: deflation hollows, mushroom rocks, yardens. The sand in the hot desert is lifted and carried away over long distance by the wind. A depression is formed in the area formed where the sand is carried away. Such depressions are called deflation hollows. So children, I hope you must have understood this topic, and thank you for watching it.